Finally, we're here.
Forever. Ready?
I'm ready.
Hi guys, welcome to the MACT podcast. My name is Stephanie Chivera. I'm your vice president and host of this podcast. Today we have Miss Kristen Taylor in the house. She's one of the 8 contestants. We're gonna have her singer-songwriter competition on August 27. Kristen, and also this is episode 3, season 2. Yes, that's important to say.
It's very important.
All right, Kristen, where are you from? Tell us.
So I'm originally from North Dallas. It's called Flower Mound. It's like the suburbs of Dallas, and I grew up there from pretty much my whole life. I was in Dallas, and then I live in Belton now, which is like 2.5 hours away from that, and yeah.
What made you come to Belton?
I actually went to school at Mary Hardin Baylor, and so that kind of took me from the suburbs of Dallas to a small little town. And then after I graduated college, I still liked the small town vibe, and so I just stayed.
You know, which this whole Central Texas area has everything you need. You don't need to go anywhere else, and you're right in the middle of Austin, Dallas, San Antonio.
It's so great. It's so great. It's such a good location.
It really is.
Because I love Austin too. So it's.
Do you still have family at home?
Yes. Yeah. All my family still lives in the same area. My parents, and then I have one other sister, and she still lives there.
Awesome. You said you graduated from college. What did you major in?
Actually, graphic design.
Ooh.
I know. Not music.
Not music.
Not music, no.
That's awesome.
Graphic design, but it still helps. Like, I love doing graphic design. I mean, I feel like I still use it with all my own marketing and all that stuff, trying to promote myself.
I love it. Awesome. Well, Kristen, we got our feet wet with the Kristen Taylor episode, so why don't you go ahead and give us a little serenation and give us a little proof of what we're going to see on the day of the contestant and the competition. Here it is for you guys, Kristen Taylor.
This is an original song. It's called Surface Level. I wrote it not too long ago. It's kind of about a friendship that I had, and I kind of knew this girl for like 6 years or so, but I never felt like I got to know beneath the surface level. And so it's kind of just a song about wanting more from friendships, relationships, whatever that be, and just wanting to know more than just the surface level.
Ride the wave for the currents that I crave. I wish you could let it out. I wish you could set you free. Let me see your current state, where you head inside your mind. Tired of carrying this weight. Leave the ag behind. Why don't you let me in? Why can't you be my friend? We're going nowhere. Tired of blank stares, stuck at the surface, trying to find a way out. What is our purpose? This isn't what life's about. Starting to forget, what's your name again? Please don't leave yet. I just wanna feel your presence. that your emotions are not present. Show me that you care. Show me that you're there. Why don't you let me in? Why can't you be my friend? We're going nowhere. Tired of blank stares, stuck at the surface, trying to find a way out. What is our purpose? This isn't what life's about. 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 This isn't what life's about.
I think I needed to turn this on. That was wonderful, Kristen. Thank you so much for getting us
Thank you.
in the mood for the remaining of the interview.
Of course.
How long did it take you to write that song?
That was probably maybe the third or fourth song that I ever wrote, so maybe like a month or something. I don't think, maybe not even that. I don't think so. No, I'm lying. Okay. No, it's probably like a week. Yeah. Because my songwriting process has gone like so much faster. Like when I wrote my first song, it took me like months. But
That's what I was about to ask you. What
Yeah.
is your process of writing a song? How does it develop from the idea or the feeling or a circumstance or?
yeah, so everyone has been like different. The first song I ever wrote was kind of from a feeling that I had, and then I kind of just word vomited, and then kind of just got a concept, and then wrote a song from that. But like Surface Level, I remember the title of the song kind of came to me. Like I remember I was like trying to sleep one night, and just like Surface Level would not leave my mind alone, and so then I wrote it in my phone, and then maybe like a month later or so, that's when I actually like acted on the idea, and I was like, okay, I need to act on this. And then it probably took me a week to write it though.
It's fairly quick.
Yeah.
Fairly quick.
But I was gonna say every song's different, with like maybe it's a couple lyrics or a song title or just an idea.
I could imagine. And it doesn't help it if anybody's a perfectionist or you're a perfectionist.
A little bit. I feel like I've gotten better though. Like I feel like I'm a perfectionist, but to an extent of like, I feel like I've come to terms of like, especially right now, I'm at an early stage of being an artist and just knowing, because I've learned to like mix my own music and write my own songs, and just learning that like it's not all gonna be perfect. Like holding off onto it and like not putting it out rather than just putting it out knowing it's not perfect. Like I'd rather just get it out there even though it's not.
That's a positive way of looking at it.
Yeah.
I like it. Did you have what were the music influences that you had in your life? What made you get to this point with music?
Growing up, my biggest music influence was Demi Lovato. I listened to her a lot.
That girl's got a voice on her.
She does. Her vocals are crazy, and I've seen her live like 3 or 4 times, and just like it's just crazy. Like, and her voice is just so emotional. Like her songs are so emotional. Her lyrics are so emotional, and it's just something that I gravitated towards. And then, so it was her, and then Jessie Reyes. She's a big musical influence. Billie Eilish, Olivia O'Brien. So there's just all girls that like. I think what I realized, like, I'm like, what do all these girls have in common? Like, what do all these artists have in common? I'm like, they're just so emotional. Like,
They are. Yes.
their songs are so emotional to me.
How old were you when you picked up your first guitar?
I was 23, so a year and a half ago.
Really?
Yes. So
nice.
I've been singing forever. Like I've been singing since however long I can remember. And then I played piano in like middle school, and I did choir in middle school a little bit. And the guitar was something I always like wanted to do, because I just love the idea of like bringing a guitar anywhere. You can bring a guitar anywhere you go. You can't really bring a piano unless, I don't know, you have a keyboard, I guess you can.
Tiny.
Right. Guitar is just easier. And so I always loved the idea of it. And so I graduated college like 2 years ago. I graduated in December of 2022. And I remember that, like, that December, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy a cheap guitar off of Amazon. It's like a cheap little nylon string. And I was like, I'm just going to teach myself guitar. And so, yeah, so I picked up guitar like a year and a half ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're natural.
Thank you.
You do very well.
Thank you.
And I really like your guitar.
Thank you. I know she's better than the cheap little nylon string I got. So this is an upgrade.
What is the name of your guitar?
I don't have a name.
Really?
I know.
No, I'm just
something
something will come to mind.
Something. It will. It'll hit me.
Yeah. What do you like the most about being a musician?
It's so freeing to me. Like I think I always gravitated towards singing because it was just such a release. Like it was such a release of emotions. Like anytime I was going through something or a circumstance, or even just listening to like the artists that I talk about, like their music is so comforting to me. And so I think I just love the release of emotions, whether it be performing or even just like songwriting now. It's just so freeing, and it's nice.
I love it. Did I ask you how many songs you've written?
Mm-mm.
How many songs, ballpark, have you written?
Probably like 10 or 12. Because I started songwriting like beginning of 2023 was when I wrote my first song. So it was like beginning of last year.
What do you like the most about being a musician?
About what was it?
What do you like the most about being a musician?
I love connecting with people, like truly. I love getting to play like my own original songs, and I love just the connection that it brings. Like I love how my vulnerability with my own music just like helps other people, and it kind of brings some type of connection.
You know, I'm such a strong believer of this, and I continuously say this all the time through a lot of the podcasts, but I strongly believe that if there is one thing in the world that might be able to stop all this nonsense going on, will be music. It's the only thing.
Yeah.
Well, and another thing, of course, that I don't want to get political with anybody. I'm just trying to be respectful to everybody, but you know, it's such a relief. Yeah, you're so right about it. Where do you see yourself in the near future? Not 5 years, but like in the next year and a half.
The next year and a half. I'm just hoping that like. Hopefully in the next year and a half. Like right now I have like a couple singles out on like streaming platforms, but I'm hoping maybe like to put out an EP, and then just be performing more places. And then I currently live again, like I live in Belton right now, but I'm like, I love Austin so much. So I'm like, if my music keeps going in the same trajectory that it is right now, I'm like, maybe I'll just move to Austin. But then again, like Belton, it's so like it's such a good central spot.
It's
Dallas, Waco, like Austin,
San Antonio,
College Station. Like it's in the center of everything.
Yeah. And you're also not too far away from Nashville. Not too far away.
How far is Nashville?
I think it's like 12 hours.
Oh, that's close. I'm used to driving.
I mean, if you keep in mind how many musicians actually do that often, you know, they're like Morgan Lee Powers, the girl that won the singer-songwriter competition last year.
Mm-hmm.
She commutes and she
Really?
drives all over the place. And last time I was I talked to her, I think she told me she was going to Tennessee and then she was coming back. So she's just rotating all over the place.
That's awesome.
So goals. Shout out to Morgan Lee Powers.
That is goals.
But
to be just traveling and playing music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. What has been the most valuable lesson that you've learned as a musician?
I think back to vulnerability, because like I've learned that vulnerability is such a beautiful thing, and also too, like as a musician, I've noticed that like I feel every single emotion to the very extreme. Like I'm a very sensitive and soft person, and I kind of always saw that like as a bad thing. But like now I've kind of learned that like it's almost like it's more of a, I feel like it's beautiful, like being vulnerable and being able to go through certain circumstances that are hard, or just you learn stuff throughout it, but coming out of those hard situations and being able to create something beautiful and tangible from that, like creating songs from, because I feel like back then when I didn't do songwriting, it's like I'd go through these hard situations and I'd be like, I guess, you know, you learn something from these situations, but you're like, okay, I just went through this tough situation for what? But now I'm like, okay, I went through this tough situation, but like, I wrote a song from it, you know? So like, learning that, it's just, it's always a win-win when I go through something tough.
You can be bitter or better.
Right.
So now, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. On tour, that'd be so cool.
It would be. Do you play with a band?
I do. I've started to. I've started to get into the full band stuff. I've been playing on my own for like a year now, and then I just recently I did South by Southwest actually in, I think it's March, whenever it was this year, but I did it, and that was the first time I ever played with a band.
Dude, that is dope.
Yeah, and then now I've just been playing with a band, aka like my friends. I'm like, hey, I got a show. You want to come play? And they're like,
when's your next gig?
It's gonna be August 23rd and 24th. I know the 23rd I have it's in Salado. It's a songwriters event from like 7 to 9, and then the 24th I'll be at Scores in Belton.
Okay.
7 to 10.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Where can people find your music, Kristen?
They can find my music on any streaming platform, so whether that be Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music. I got some videos on YouTube they can look at.
Awesome. Do you have a website? How can people get a hold of you? They want to book you or take you out for dinner, or buy you a dog,
buy me a drink,
buy you a drink, or pay your bills.
Oh, that'd be nice. I'm working on a website currently. That is one thing I am doing. But I'm mainly active on Instagram, which you can find my email on there as well. Or you can message me, DM me on there. But it's going to be Kristen Taylor. Kristen has 2 Ks, and then Taylor has 2 Rs at the end.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you have a middle name?
It's actually Taylor.
Oh, it's Taylor.
Yes.
What is your last name?
My last name is Burdick.
Burdick. Okay.
Yeah. Kristen Burdick.
Okay.
But we don't tell people that.
We don't tell people, so you can't tell anybody.
Don't tell anyone. It's Kristen Taylor.
It's just Kristen Taylor. It's plain and simple. Well, Kristen, I appreciate you very much for sticking around with us today. Why don't you send us home with another song?
Of course.
Love it. Awesome. Yeah, here you guys. Make sure you follow her on social media. Give her a follow, a like on Spotify and all the streaming platforms that we have out there. Kristen Taylor for you.
So this is actually the first song I ever wrote. It's called Kaleidoscope. I wrote it based off of a relationship that I went through. And if you know what a kaleidoscope is, it's one of those things as you look through, the colors and patterns change. And so that's what I kind of saw throughout this relationship. And so, yeah, I wrote a song about it to cope.
Was any of it real? 'Cause the time we spent, I thought we were meant, but words were just something to make me feel. I saw you play the part, right on cue with a different you. For you and me was such an art. Every day penned by your ways, loving you was such a damn haze. How could you make me feel this insane when you are the single one to blame? Your emotions stained my life, holding on to that pain only kept me from being sane. Just kill me, stop twisting the knife. And as you start to fade, my feelings now decayed, and in it you made someone who mirrors your same ways. Every day penned by your ways, loving you was such a damn haze. How could you make me feel this insane when you are the single one to blame? Your love felt like a kaleidoscope. I'm losing vices to cope. Time turning, so did your trends. Don't say anything, but you're a mess. Every day penned by your ways, loving you was such a damn haze. How could you make me feel this insane when you are the single one to blame? How could you make me feel this insane when you are the single one to blame.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kristen Taylor. That was wonderful, Kristen. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Of course.
You have such a mellow voice.
Thank you.
It's very soothing. I
Thank
like
you.
it. Well, Kristen, is there anything else you want to give? Any shout outs to anybody out there on the other side of the camera?
Let's see. I'll give a shout out to my parents. I thank y'all, and I appreciate y'all for being supportive. I want to thank Lauren for helping me just on my songwriting journey and helping me get into songwriting. I want to thank my producer Bill for helping me co-producing some of my songs. And yeah, I have a song coming out in September 13th. I have a new song coming out. It's called Danger.
Yeah. You're going to have some sort of release party or anything like that?
I don't think so. Maybe just with some friends. But
Well, make sure you let MACT know so that we can
I will.
come out and support everybody. And you heard it, guys. Make sure you support Kristen Taylor. You can find her on all social media platforms. And she'll be there at the singer-songwriter competition. So thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. This was season 2, episode 3 of MACT podcast. Make sure you follow, like, share, and like us. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
MACT.
Music Association of Central Texas.
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 The MACT podcast is produced by the Music Association of Central Texas, a 501c3 organization. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and visit us at mactx.org or on our Facebook page. Thanks for listening, and please support your local musicians and venues because it's all about